Hello everybody, this is Peter at BobCADV27 UK, and what I want to do today is I'm going to show you one of the multi-axis toolpaths, and this time I'm going to do it in 5-axis so we can see the trunnion fixture moving. At the moment I've got this sort of helmet looking thing that wants machining, and what I've got is if I go into my stock and just unblank it, you can see I've got myself a piece of stock. I'll blank that off, and if I just go into here and blank and unblank toolpath, you can see I've created a toolpath to rough it out, just to get the weight out of the way prior to doing this this other toolpath. So if I just blank that away, and then what I'll do now is I'll show you how to machine this using a multi-axis and using it on a 5-axis trunnion. So what I need to do now is first of all I need to make a containment area that I want to machine up, and what I need to do is I need to extract some information off the model for the boundary. Well, I'm going to extract around this outside edge is the area that I want to use. Now on the screen at the moment you can see it's shaded, and if I press S you can see I can see through it. If I press W you'll see the surfaces there, and if I press T it's for transparency. So take the transparency off, take the wireframe off, and I'm back with just the unshaded. If I put shading back on, now all I'm going to do is extract some information. So I'm going to go extract, I'm going to extract single, and I actually want to project it up to Z so it becomes up to the Z line, and I need this line, this line. Now you can see me going around the contour, and sometimes you see what I've just clicked. And one of the things about BobCAD what I like, if I go into shading, it actually shows me what I did pick, so I can actually go and select that line again and unpick it and then go around this profile. So you can see now I can pick the boundary or containment area or what I need to use, and I'll bring it up to, let's have a look which level that is. Bring it up to that level, this level, spin it around. I want to go along this line, so you can see I'm continuing the line, and BobCAD is allowing me to see these things because I've turned the shading off. I can extract exactly what I need. Now that's what I need, that's the profile that I need, and all I'm going to do then is just press OK, and you will see now it's projected up in Z this outline, which is going to be my boundary when I create this 5-axis toolpath. So I'm going to turn shading back on, and I'll just go into straight CAD view and view all, and then what I'm going to do is turn the shading back off. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to produce an offset for that bigger than the ball of the cutter, so I can get it to come over the edge. So what I'm going to do, I'm happy with that, and press cancel, and what I'm going to do then is go into other, offset, and I'm going to offset it. We'll use a 6mm ball, so I'm going to offset it 4mm. I'm just going to use one offset, and I could pick the right or the left, intersect all, and what I'm going to do then is just highlight that contour, press my shift key, and you can see it's picked the contour. If I right click and select OK, it shows it that it's on the correct side. That's the side that I want. Select OK, cancel, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the contour that I did originally have, which is that one, and press my shift key and put that in the bin. So you can see now I've created a profile and I've offset that profile. So all I need to do now is to concern myself with the surfaces on top. Now what I want to do now is I want to, we'll just turn shading back on, come onto the screen, shading. What I'd like to do is machine this top surface. At the moment, let's have a look, because what I don't want my tool is to fall down these holes. So I don't want to go through all this trying to fill holes up here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go into surface, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to untrim the surface. So if I come and highlight the surface that I want, selected the surface, and you can see now it's offset that surface. And in this operation, what I really want to do is I actually want to do this at the back, but I'm going to just extend this surface and just machine around this area. So if we press cancel, what I can do now is just extend this surface out. So if I go into surface, extend the surface, I'm going to put 50 million, and if I come onto this edge here and just left click, you can see now it's pulled the surface by 50. If I go into a CAD view, plan view on top, you see it's well within the boundary of what I want to do. That's all I want to do. So if I spin it back round again and select OK, you can see now I've extended that surface. I could also extend that surface, let's just say 10 milli, and extend that end. It's extended, and I could extend this end and extend that. Select OK. So if you go into a CAD view, you can see that all that surface is extended. Could do some more here as well. So if I extend that, select OK, you can see now I've extended everything around that shape, what that looks like around that boundary. So what we need to do now is we need to produce a multi-axis toolpath, and what I'll do then, go into the cam side, into the machine setup. I'm going to use mill multi-axis. Now we went through some of the last one I did parallel cuts. Let's have a look. Swarf, parallel cuts, cuts across. What I want to do now is I want to do parallel to multiple curves. So if I select next, I'm going to use tool 1, next, I'm going to use a 6mm cutter just to go across it. I've got 60 length, protruding 32. Next. Now what I need to do now is I need to pick out the edge curves. So if I go into edge curves, what I want to do is pick this edge, that edge, this edge, and that edge. Right click and select OK. And then what I want to do is pick the drive surface. Well, the drive surface, and you can offset this, you know, if I click the drive surface, if you click on that, you can see whether you can go negative or positive. So I could do it within half a milli and then come back and finish it. But in this instance, I'll just show you 0. Pick the drive surface. That's the drive surface. Right click, select OK. We've done everything we want to do there. So what I want to do now is I want to create a 2D containment area. You can see this area here. And what I'm going to do is pick the containment area. I'm going to do it in the Z axis, and I want to pick the 2D curves. So if I just press the shift key, left click, right click, and select OK, I've now picked the containment area. That's the cut tolerance, and I'm going to put a step over, let's just say 0.3 for this one. And let's have a look. Tool axis, not to be tilted. Yeah. Gauge check, link, roughing, utility. Yep, I'll ask it to compute it. So you can see it's machined that. If we just go into a CAD view, you can see the containment area I told you to stay in. So what I'll do now is we'll just simulate that and see it cutting. As I say, I wanted to show you this on a 5-axis trunnion as a 5-axis toolpath. We do have different ways of it moving out, what's that is doing is coming up and eliminating fresh air cutting. So if I go into modules, simulation, so here's my screen. What I'll do is I'll take away the toolpath, and what I want to do is I'm going to just run the roughing operation. We're going to go straight down to that operation so we don't see it spending all that time roughing out. So now I'm just speeding up the verification. And as you can see now, you can see the operation, it's roughed it out. What I'll do now is I want to run the 5-axis on the trunnion, and let's see where we go from here. So if we just play the run, you'll see now it's just sorting out where it's going from. We can fast forward a little bit, and you'll start seeing the shape coming. So you can see it doing the finishing area, but it's using the 5-axis simultaneous to produce it, tilting it backwards and forwards and machining it up on the 5-axis. So if we just run it along a little bit, I'll run it that way, speed it up a little bit so you can see it, and rerun it. So you can see it lifted off, it's still continuing around the shape, and that's why it lifts off and back on again. So you can see it machining just that surface without falling down anywhere, doing the 5-axis simultaneous. Let's move it a little bit further forward. And you can see I've machined up this area just using 5-axis, using a multi-axis, using it on a trunnion fixture. And just to show you, if I just undo this and we'll just blank that out, showing you how easy it was to extend and keep containment areas, and I'm using the BobCAD table and table and the post and the machine table. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into BobCAD with its 5-axis. Hopefully that helps you get started, and thank you for watching.